The garnet's heart, a life's journey. Deep within the earth's fiery heart, where time held no meaning, a tiny seed of possibility began to stir. She was not born of softness or gentle breezes, but of immense heat and unimaginable pressure, a process known as metamorphism. This is the very essence of a January birthstone, a testament to the idea that the most brilliant beginnings are often forged in the crucible of challenge. Her name, Garnet, comes from the Latin word granatum, meaning seed, a poetic nod to her resemblance to the rich red seeds of a pomegranate. Pressure, she learned, is the sculptor of character. It was within this crucible of transformation that she, a future Garnet, first found her form, a promise of brilliant things to come. The heat was a constant hum, the pressure a gentle, firm embrace. She felt herself changing, her simple form becoming more complex, her molecular structure aligning into a perfect lattice. This is the very definition of a crystalline structure, a flawless, repeating pattern that gives a gem its strength and clarity. It was a slow, deliberate dance of atoms, a silent testament to the idea that what doesn't break you truly makes you. She was not the same as she was before. She was stronger, more resilient, and more deeply herself. Eons passed in a patient blur as the Earth's crust shifted and groaned. She was carried upwards, not by choice, but by the relentless, slow-motion ballet of tectonic plates. Her journey was a lesson in patience, a reminder that the most meaningful destinations are often reached after an unhurried, winding path. For centuries, garnets were carried by travelers as a talisman for protection, a symbol of safe passage. The journey of 1,000 miles, she mused, begins with the slow, steady movement of the ground beneath you. Then, one day, a new kind of light found her. A human hand, strong and gentle, unearthed her from the riverbed. She was rough, unpolished, and covered in the dust of her long journey, but in that moment, she was seen. She learned that true value isn't always in what you show, but in what you are. Garnet is not just red, it comes in a rainbow of colors, from the fiery orange of spessartine to the lush green of savorite. Each color, a different facet of her being, was a reflection of the different experiences she had collected. The light of a gem, she thought, is not in its shine, but in its heart. The next stage was a shock. She was taken to a workshop and met with the sharp, precise touch of a cutter. Each facet was a deliberate choice, a small piece of her being removed to reveal the brilliance within. This process, known as faceting, transforms a rough stone into a sparkling gem. On the Mohs scale of hardness, garnet is a 6.5 to 7.5, making it durable enough for this rigorous process. It was a painful process, but she understood its purpose. No pressure, no diamonds, the saying goes, but for her it was no cut, no brilliance. She was being refined, not diminished. Once polished, she was set into a silver ring, a new home that framed her beauty. She was no longer a lone stone, but part of a greater whole. This was a lesson in belonging, in finding your place and purpose. Garnet is a traditional gift for the second wedding anniversary, symbolizing enduring love and commitment. She was given as a gift, a symbol of love and commitment, a tiny, silent witness to a new life beginning, a place for everything. She heard someone whisper, and everything in its place. Years turned into decades, and the ring passed from one hand to another. She saw a young woman become a wise elder, a mother and a grandmother. She absorbed their stories, their laughter and their tears. She realized her purpose was not just to be beautiful, but to be a vessel for memory, a tangible link between generations. In ancient Rome, signet rings with carved garnets were used to stamp wax seals on important documents, a symbol of trust and authority. A thing of beauty, she learned, is a joy forever, especially when it holds a story. Eventually, the ring was lost, slipping from a hand into a patch of earth. She was alone again, but not as she was at the beginning. She was a polished gem, filled with the wisdom of a long life. She was no longer defined by her setting or her purpose to others, but by the sum of her experiences. She had returned to the earth, but with a new kind of freedom. Not all those who wander are lost, she thought, as she settled into the cool, dark soil. In the quiet of the earth, she reflected on her journey. She had been forged by fire, refined by pressure, and polished by the hands of man. She had witnessed love, loss, and the passage of time. She understood that her value wasn't just in her final form, but in the entire, messy, beautiful process. It is not the destination, she concluded, but the journey that gives us our true worth. And so she waited, a silent, wise heart within the earth. She was a testament to the cycles of life, a reminder that we are all born of pressure, refined by our challenges, and filled with the stories we collect. Like her, we are not defined by a single moment, but by the entirety of our journey, a beautiful, evolving process. As a January birthstone, she stands as a symbol of new beginnings, and a reminder that every ending is a new beginning. Every ending, she knew, is a new beginning.